Introducing Kicking Back with the Cooks, presented by Woodhouse. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. Here's head coach John Cook, along with your host, Lauren Cook West.
Welcome back. It is November, which means another month of Kicking Back with the Cooks. Coach Cook, good morning. Hello. How are you? You have 4 games left in Big Ten play and then postseason. Can you believe it?
It's gone by really fast. So, but this is championship time coming up here, so hopefully we're going to be ready to crank it up.
You know what else happens this time of year other than the end of Big Ten play and selections show Sunday is your granddaughter's birthday.
Oh, I know, the 16th. So
the big number 3.
Yeah, seems like every day is her birthday at your house.
It is. She's spoiled. But I wanted to bring her on this morning, but she's at school. So she said, "Tell Papa I said hi."
Okay. All right.
And I have to tell a funny story. So last night she was saying, mommy's a girl, daddy's a boy, and she's, learning people, and mommy's called mommy and daddy's called daddy, and my grandma's my grandma, and so she's learning all this, and Jason asked her, what's Papa? Oh, Papa's a coach.
Yeah.
But that's all. Papa's my grandpa, but he's a coach.
Yeah, good. She's a smart girl.
I know. Before we get into volley talk, is Yellowstone season 5 coming in this month as well?
I don't know that for sure. I really haven't checked. I'm waiting for you or Kelly to tell me. Kelly is usually on it.
I keep seeing teasers that it's coming out this month, but it's nothing. I mean, they're not heavy on promoting it. So maybe I'm thinking it's fake or false, and they're just trying to get our hopes up.
I don't know. They're I've seen on the on my TV thing that there's old seasons of Yellowstone playing, so maybe they're working up to it.
Maybe that's what it is. Well, I heard 2 more spinoffs are coming. I think it's 1944 or 64, and then 2024.
Yeah, wow. I don't know. You're ahead of that. I'm locked in.
You're going to be starring in that one.
I'm locked in on how we can get another kill. So.
Well, the Big Ten documentary came out. Were you able to watch the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
All about Nebraska volleyball, and how you're embracing the Nebraskan life.
Yeah, I guess after living here for 24 years or whatever it is, I guess you have to. But
what were your takeaways from that?
They did an amazing job. I love how they captured the stadium match, and they made it fun, historical, and painted a great perspective on how Nebraska volleyball has evolved. And then, of course, the best part for me was roping in Wyoming and doing an interview in a Cowboy shirt. So that was pretty cool.
How many people texted you commenting on that?
Nobody really on that.
Okay.
But a lot of people, what the texts I got and the emails was I watched the video or watched the documentary, and I started crying, and it was awesome. I mean, everybody got emotional. So that's the biggest thing I heard was how emotional it was. And, Kevin from the Big Ten, who's the producer and made that documentary with his team, he's amazing and very talented. And, that was a home run documentary.
They came up and followed you around for, a solid 24 hours, 48 hours?
Yeah, they were there for 2 days.
And this was back in the summer, so it took them a while to put all this together.
Oh, yeah. They've been working. I mean, they've came to Lincoln 7 times, I think. 7 times. Wow. They flew out to see Coach Pettit. They interviewed Karch. I don't know if they did that on Zoom or went out and saw him, but, I mean, this is big time. And I hope I heard the ratings were really good on the first night after. I think they played it after we played. I don't remember who we played, but
Penn State at 1 in the morning. They air it.
Oh, okay. So they played it after that, and it was had great ratings. So it's pretty cool. I think it was the second, or maybe it was the highest rated documentary they've ever done. That's what bits I think I heard. So anyway, awesome exposure for Nebraska volleyball, the sport of volleyball, and really great in-depth look and inside look at Nebraska volleyball and how it's gotten to where we sold out a stadium, and I thought they just captured that so well.
Are you able to give us any more hints about your next plan?
No.
You've hinted at it a few times. That you have something in the back of your mind.
It's in a holding pattern right now, so we're just waiting on a yes or a no. So you'll be the first to know,
I'll be
Lauren.
patient.
I
better be.
You'll be the first to know.
So we mentioned you have 4 matches left in Big Ten play. I don't know when this will air, but we're recording this right after the Illinois match. So how do you finish? I have a couple questions around this. How do you finish the Big Ten season? And obviously there's a Big Ten championship that is yours as of now, as long as you continue to win out. So how do you manage those expectations and that pressure and finish out the Big Ten season strong? And then on top of that, how do you start preparing for postseason play?
Each week's a little different. How we approach it depends on our schedule, when we're playing, how many days we have to train. We really don't talk about it. We just talk about next point and trying to get better each day. Obviously, we got a lot of things to work on, and it's the challenge this time of year is, can you step up and play high-level volleyball, or are you just trying to get through the season? And we're doing some really good things, but some of our numbers aren't so good the last couple of weeks. So we've got to find a way to get better. And last year we were playing Wisconsin for the Big Ten championship, on the day after Thanksgiving, and of course, that was a tough week for us. But hopefully our team's on a mission and want to finish strong. That's the big thing. But we're staying with everything we've been doing all year to get us to this point, and we don't talk about our record or anything like that. It's just like right now we got Michigan Friday, and that's our total focus. And if you look at the word focus, there's U.S., which means us in there, and we've got to continue to really do a good job on our side of the net and continue to get better.
You just mentioned some numbers are lower, have been lower as of late. What numbers are those, or can elaborate more on that?
Well, we're always evaluating last 2, last 4, what trends do we have, but our side-out numbers are down from where they were. They were really high, and now they're down, but our point scoring and our serving is skyrocketing. So, I don't know, sometimes the stats never make sense to me, and but that's kind of been the trend for the last few teams we've played. But the most important thing is, we find ways to win close games, and we have done a really good job of that. We've had a couple, but we've also lost a couple of deuce games, and so we gotta continue to be better in that, and figure out how to win those close games.
Why do you think this team is so up and down at times? Do you think it's just that they're young and freshmen and figuring it out, or are there other reasons?
I don't know. It's just that's the ebb and flow. Look at all the scores, Lauren. Look how all the upsets there are. Look at teams are losing, teams are winning that shouldn't win. There's the Big 12 plays back to back. They beat K-State, beats Texas. K-State beats BYU 3-0, 3-0 back to back nights. But then K-State will go and lose to Oklahoma or somebody. Or Iowa State, and then they play back-to-back, so Iowa State knocks off Kansas, and then Kansas comes back and beats them 19-17 in the 5th and the next night. So college volleyball is very competitive, and if you're flat and you're not ready to play and you're having an off night, but our younger players have got to learn how to step up this time of year, and that's going to be the big challenge for them. That's what we're going to challenge them with is, can you continue to raise your level? Or are you just happy, we're here?
Do you wish you guys played like the Big 12 and played the same team back to back?
No. I think that's.
I would hate that.
Yeah, I really don't see the point in that.
But they play everyone home and away, correct?
No. Nope.
Oh, they don't.
No.
Okay. You're going to hate this question, but I have to ask it. Does Wisconsin's loss to Penn State put more pressure on you or less pressure?
We don't even pay attention to that stuff.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
You're secretly, though, paying attention in the back of your mind.
Nope. All I remember is Wisconsin celebrating in our court last year, winning the Big Ten. So there's my motivation.
Well, yeah, hopefully you're celebrating on their court this year. What has Jordan Larson's role turned into, and how has she developed as a coach?
Sure, her role's evolving. She's trying to get her feel for how to connect with our players. She's working really hard at building relationships. She pretty much has coffee every day with somebody, and doing a great job with that. She's watching video and sends out video clips to them. So her role is evolving, and I'm turning more and more to her, like, hey, take this player today and work on this. And so I think she's getting pretty comfortable and is figuring things out, and it's really, really nice to have her in the gym.
I'll tell you what, I heard she was working with Allie Batenhorst, and Allie looks like she's improving or becoming more comfortable, more confident. I don't know what it is, but she's looks like she's starting to finally figure things out.
Like we played last night, and I told Allie game 4, I said, you're going to be in there. You're going to have to make a block and get a kill for us to win this. And she went out and did it. And so the position she plays ends up in a lot of those moments, a long rally, and she's going to get the set. But she had a great kill in game 4.
Since we're talking about that L2 position, Lindsay Krause, any updates on her? I feel like that's the burning question from Husker Nation is, when will she be back by the end of Big Ten play? Are we looking at postseason, or is she just out through the rest of the season?
Lauren, I have no idea. I mean, she's not on the court yet, so till she gets on the court, there's no, she's in rehab. So she's not even practicing? Nope. She's in the rehab. She's in Altergy running. She's in the pool running, doing all those things. Just
is she out of the boot?
Up. She's out of the boot, yeah.
Okay, so we're making small baby steps.
Yeah.
I've noticed, speaking of passing, in some rotations you go to just 2 passers with Lainey and Lexi.
We're trying to do more and more of that just to take the load off Harper, because Harper passes all 6 rotations. So anytime we can get the load off of Harper, we'll move her out. But again, it depends on who's serving. Illinois had some servers last night. There's no way you can pass with 2. No way. So,
that's why you didn't hide Allie when she was struggling passing. Right.
They were really pinning her on the sideline. We tried a couple times, and Nunji for their team had a great line serve last night. Really good. Best I've seen all year.
I don't know if we can talk about this. I'll bring it up, but you had signing day. You signed some recruits. You lost a recruit. That was all public news. Do you think that the depth of this team scares away future potential recruits? With how young this team is, how much depth there is on the bench, how much talent there is, do you think that hurts you guys in a way?
I don't know. You'd have to ask recruits that. So I don't know. You can only theorize. But we are really excited about the 2 players that signed. Skylar Pierce from Kansas City. She's very athletic. Still, to me, she's still really developing. Got a great arm and has played some really high-level volleyball. She's won national championships at the club level. She's played on the USA team in the, I think it was the U21 World Championships. Anyway, she's a great basketball player. I think she is going to break the record for blocked shots. So she's goes up and swats shots. So anyway, she referees soccer. She played soccer. Just a really, really cool high school senior. And she'll be here in January. And then Olivia Mock from Bennington, has just blossomed into maybe a lot of people think she's the best libero in the country. And she proved it by starting on the U19 team that won the world championship. So she beat out all the other liberos, even liberos that were older than her, and started on that team, played great. I was really, really impressed with her. And, of course, she's put Bennington in the state tournament and on the map for volleyball. So two really, really great players and great people, and we're hoping Olivia will get here in January as well.
So you'll have Lexi, Lainey, and Olivia. That's some serious backcourt.
That is some really serious backcourt. I guarantee
Wow.
you we will be the best passing team in the country.
Yeah, you may need more subs at this rate.
You better be able to pass if you want to play. So.
Yeah. Before we get to your favorite confessions and lessons, Thanksgiving. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. This year we'll be doing it with the team because we leave Thursday Thanksgiving to go to Wisconsin. But yeah, I love everything about Thanksgiving.
So what's your favorite side dish or main dish or thing to eat on Thanksgiving?
I like everything. So
there's not one thing that stands out.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Whipped cream or ice cream?
Whipped cream.
So what is the plan? Are you guys doing something when you get to Wisconsin, or are you doing something in Lincoln before you leave?
There's nothing open on Thanksgiving in anywheres in Madison, so we're gonna do a thing with the team here before we leave on or Wednesday night after practice, and then Thursday we fly up to Wisconsin, and so we'll just whatever we can get at the hotel. I mean, it's we're not doing a Thanksgiving dinner that day.
Is that the training table that will cater all of that Wednesday night?
That would be a Lindsay question. I think she has a podcast later today, so maybe.
Oh, the dig. Yeah, they're recording right after us.
The dig can ask. I have no idea.
If Jessica's back there, tell her to ask all about it.
She's not here yet. So,
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, I always remembered that when I was in college, the training table would do for all the athletes, would do a big Thanksgiving spread like the week before or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And that was the best day at the training table because they would have pies laying out. They would have all the side dishes, turkey, rolls, you name it. They had it. Do they still do that?
They have in the past. I'm guessing they'll probably will. So, because you're right. They do a great job at the training table with holidays. Halloween, they had a big thing. They had pumpkin contests. Ashley, just so you know, the volleyball team did a pumpkin of me, and it was one of the top winners. So,
wow.
I think baseball won it though. So, anyway, they do a great job at the training table.
Well, confession lesson. What do you have for us today?
I hate it when we do this.
I know, but everyone loves it. Yeah. Listeners love it. They look forward to it.
Do?
This is why they listen to our podcast.
Yeah. A confession is, let's see. I had a good one I was thinking about. Now I can't remember, but one thing the other day, Chick-fil-A gave us these really cool shirts, Bill Belichick shirts. They have cut-off sleeves. They say Chick-fil-A. They're kind of a sweatshirt with a hoodie and a pocket. I call them the Bill Belichicks. So yeah. I wore that to practice and pre-match and walking around the Devaney before a match wearing the Chick-fil-A Bill Belichick look. So my confession would be I hope I didn't get in trouble with Adidas on that. But players loved it. And
did anyone call you Bill Belichick or reference him?
No. Jalen and I kid about it. So, and then what's the other one? Lesson?
Yep.
What lesson are we talking about now?
I have one that applies to you and your team. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. Help me out.
Play like you were in first. Train like you were in second.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's what I hope you're doing. You haven't really been playing like you're in first as of late, but
no,
we'll let it slide.
No.
As long as you're training like you're in second.
Yeah. So,
I know you train hard.
Yeah, but I don't know, lessons. I'm trying to think of a lesson we've learned. Just
set the middle more. Don't let tips and roll shots drop.
I think the biggest lesson is, our team plays best and our players play best when we trust all the things we've been doing this year. how we want to play and our mindset playing and our systems we put in. And I feel like sometimes we get distracted in matches and so on. And so anyway, our lesson is we gotta go back to that. We gotta keep reminding them and stay with it. And so that's the lesson for the week.
I'll tell you this.
Back to fundamentals and what, our systems.
I don't know if you heard this interview. It was a post-game interview. I think it was after the Penn State match. Or yeah, it was after the Penn State match. And they were interviewing Merritt Beeson, and they asked her, how do you perform at such a high level when, there's all this pressure, you're on the road, you're playing a team like Penn State, you're down. And she said, this isn't word for word, but this is along the lines of what she said. She said, I trusted that my teammates would do their job and what they needed to do so I could play at the level that I knew I needed to play at to help my team win. And just listening to her say that, I'm like, there's so much trust on this team. There's, for a leader to step in and say that she's trusting what everyone else is going to do so she can do her job to help her team win. I mean, just, it was mind-blowing to hear that. And just really cool to hear that. And you don't hear that out of every collegiate volleyball player's mouth. I mean, she's mature beyond her years. Yeah,
she's, it's something we really work hard on. And it's really important in the sport of volleyball because it's such a team game.
Do you feel proud? Look at you.
Huh?
I said, do you feel proud about that? Look at you, training these girls. That's what they're repeating in post-game press conferences.
Yeah, that's Merritt. Merritt's, like I said, she's a third grade school teacher, Angel.
I know. And Madden's favorite player.
I know.
Every day. Where's Merritt? What's Merritt doing today?
Yeah, I share all the pictures with Merritt, by the way, and Merritt loves it, and she gets a big kick out of Madden, and it's always, she's so cute. I also share the Madden, some of the Madden stuff with Lindsay because Nash is going to marry Madden. So Nash is Lindsay's 4-year-old, just turned 4.
4, yeah.
So he's going to marry Madden.
Madden calls him Nashy.
Nashy, yeah. So
we have my best friend Nashy.
Yeah, we have a lot going on over here in the Madden world.
Hey, Madden doesn't like a lot of people, but for some reason, Merritt is her all-time favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do know why. Merritt's Merritt. Yeah. How can you not love her?
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for today. So thank you, Coach Cook, for your time. Russ Brown, thank you for helping us record this today. Nick Burkhart for editing. To everyone who listens, watches, tunes in, thank you for your support, and we will see you all again next month. Go Big Red.